and you have Iron Man blasting at his foes. Hello again and welcome to the KenOhwee Channel, and today, continuing the Iron Man series, we'll be talking about the Mafex Iron Man Mk.43. This is gonna be like a throwback talk, yes. So, ooh, that light is so bright. I believe this is the first Iron Man figure released by Mafex, so I'm really excited of what they did with it. So at the side of the box you have the Iron Man Mk.43, and on the back you have all the cool action poses that is available that can be done by this figure. So we shall see about that, but look at that. From the first impression, look at all the accessories, interchangeable heads. I'm so excited. So without further ado, let's have a look at this figure. And here is Mr. Tony Stark out of the box, and first impressions, this figure looks amazing. I really like how the figure looks. Now, my concerns are, as usual with the Mafex figures, is the loose joints around the legs, and I've tested it a little bit and it's not as tight as what usually a fresh figure would have, so I'm a little bit worried about that. So we'll see what happens in time. But yeah, without further ado, let's have a closer look at the design of this figure. I'm really excited. Wow. So yeah, having a closer look at this figure, look at that face. It looks amazing. So the paint application turned out really well. It's not as shiny as the SH Figure Arts figures, but it still has a little bit of shine here and there. But on certain angles, a little bit matte. For example, mostly the gold, but the red is really metallic. So yeah, they painted everything really well. They sculpted it really well. I like the sculpt of this Iron Man figure. It's really nice. Look at all the mechanic details in the arm right there. So they model everything, and then they have a little bit of a wash over there as well to show a little bit of depth between all the layers of all the armors over there. So that's really nice. And also for the articulation portion, like you can pull this portion out to sort of make the figure move a little bit more, and they even model everything in there, so that's really nice. You can move up and down. I'll show you more of it in the articulation portion. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. So the only other thing is that if they could mold all the screws and everything in there, why can't they just do it on the arc reactor? That would have been a really nice touch, but it's not a big problem. It's just a minor little gripe. And at the back you can also see all the mechanics, all really nice, beautifully sculpted, beautifully painted, and even they modeled in all the lines and all the joints, so that, see, look at that. So all the lines over there on the elbow, and also all the lines on the knee. So that's really nice. And then going down to the boots, look at the armor, so beautiful. So in summary, beautiful looking figure, really awesome. I really like how it turned out. You are an artist, Tony Stark. Thank you. I know I am. Thank you very much. So yeah, the only other thing about this figure is that this figure has no weight to it. It is really light, you know. The SH figure is much heavier than this figure. So yeah, no weight to his armor at all. Ironically. Get it? Ironically. Yeah? No? Yeah? Okay, moving on. So for the articulation portion, the head can look up about that far, it can look down. The neck has a lot of movement as well, so look at that. Anyways, so if you push the neck back, it can do, you know, the flying pose. It can look up that far, and then it can push down a lot more, so it can look down about that far. So a lot of neck movement right there. It can look left, it can look right, and it can pivot left and right, of course. So it's, yeah, you see it's on a ball joint. However, it does peg up pretty easy. Look at that. Oh no, gone. So yeah, just be careful, you know, with the peg, but look at the length of the peg right there. That is what's allowing the head to move a lot. So yeah, and for the arm, like I said earlier, you can push that out. It can move up and down. So, and it has the butterfly joint. So a lot of movement on that arm right there. Yeah, it does do the 360, and the arm can move outward about that far. And it has the bicep swivel. It has double jointed elbows, and his forearm can actually move a little bit as well. And the wrist does move up and down, and it does have the 360. However, so the flap is connected to the wrist instead of the hand, unlike SH Figure Arts, which is connected to the hand. So that allows for the hand to move a little bit more, and it also prevents for that flap to come off all the time, because that was the problem with the SH Figure Arts. That flap little thing there, it keeps on coming off. It was really annoying. And for the waist movement, it can arch back about that far. It can crunch for that far, but look at this. You can actually pull it out, and it can crunch a lot further. So look at that crunch and look at that arch. So, but the only problem that it does not look, nice. You get all the gaps right there. But if you're posing it in a lot of action poses, so you won't really see. You'll be concealing it anyways. And you can move left and right a little bit. It does have a little bit of a waist pivot. And at the lower abdomen, you can also twist it as well. So there's a lot of ab movement as well. Look at that. I can look at my butt if I keep turning. But no, we're not gonna do that, right, aren't we? So yeah. So you can plug it back and there you go. It's all good to go. Look at the abs right there. So this flaps at the lower abdomen portion. It is movable to allow the leg to move up and down a little bit more. So the only problem, it does peg out from time to time just like that. So all I have to do is just peg it back in and it's all fine. So don't worry about that. So for the legs, it does, if you pull out the peg, it does kick up about that far. And it does have a thigh swivel as well. And he can do the Bruce Lee kick, so that's really nice. And he can kick back about that far, middle butt. But yeah, he has double jointed knees. And look at all the details right there. So I like the design where this knee splits into two. That's really, really nice. And the feet can move up and down. It has a toe articulation as well. And so he can do the ankle pivot, but you just have to turn it in a certain angle. But yeah, he does do a little bit of ankle pivot, so that's really nice right there. So yeah, this guy has a lot of articulation. My god, this Iron Man can move. And for the accessories portion, my god, he comes with a ton of accessories. And we'll start with the ever so awesome interchangeable head. Look at that. Oh, he has a little bit of a mole on his nose, but that's fine. Yeah, you can't really take it off or anything like that. But yeah, I really like how the sculpt looks, how the paint application looks, and it has a little bit of a resemblance to Tony Stark. So that's really nice from certain angles. So that's really awesome. And he comes with 4 extra pair of hands. Now that's really awesome. But but 2 of those pair of hands are similar in a way. That what I mean by similar is that, for example, he has an open-handed one, to show freeze, and at the same time he has another one with a peg on it. So that's where you could put the effects parts to plug it in. So just like the SH figure, I just plug it in, and there you go. You have Iron Man blasting away at his enemy. So I really like they included 2 same pair of hands, so that if you're not putting in the blaster thing, you can have it without the peg right there. So that's what's missing from the SH figures, and that's really awesome. But even so, the peg is much smaller than the SH figure. The SH figure was huge, just like a huge pacifier right there. I'm really glad that Mafex included all these in the accessories. It's really nicely done. And also they included a separate joint for the hands to be pegged into. So these joints are specifically for the blasting hand. So what you do is, all you gotta do is just plug it in like you normally would plug in. And what this does is that it allows for the illusion of Iron Man blasting with his hands upwards. It does not interfere with the flap. So I'm really glad they included this peg right there. Just really good thinking and thought from Mafex. So well done. So I really like that. And all you gotta plug it in and you have Iron Man blasting at his foes. Another form of hand blasting, but this one is more closed up. So there you go, just like a freeze or I'll shoot you, don't move. And then you also have the same hand, but this time again with the peg, and you have the effect blaster. So that's really, really nice. And also it comes with another effect for the legs. So this is for Iron Man to take off. So it comes with the peg as well. So all you gotta do is see that hole right there, just gotta peg it in, and there you go, you have Iron Man blasting off. So as usual, Mafex comes with a stand as well. So in summary, wow, I really, really like this figure. This figure to me is amazing. It's really amazing. Oh my god. I mean, great articulation, great mechanics, great paint, great sculpt, and a ton of accessories and a lot of thought put into the accessories as well. I only hope that they would improve on the loose joints. Like I said much earlier, the only gripe about this figure is that the loose joints around the legs and also the abdomen, the lower waist. So it's starting to get a little bit loose. But those are just minor gripes, because in terms of every other thing, this figure really pulls it off and it's really amazing. At this point in time, this figure beats the SH figure. So Iron Man Mk.43, if there ever is a comparison, this figure will beat it hands down. So yeah, I'll just conclude that. Thank you very, very much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned. Man, that guy's horrible. Yeah, I really no. Look at him. My God, he's just parading around. Look at him. Oh, that guy. What are you guys talking about? Really don't like that guy. What are you talking about? He's the same as you guys. No, he can do that. That's kind of cool. Oh, an Iron Man who cannot even open his helmet. Shame. Click here to enjoy more videos.